this
The Russian thing is just nothing but
really?
Also interesting to remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is your job.
At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights, prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights.
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how? What magic wand do you have? How exactly?
How? How exactly?
How exactly? We live yet? Oh, I guess that's us, yeah. I hear some kind of echo.
That was me.
That was you.
It's not cool. I'm sorry, folks.
Just doing a little light reading. Freedom of Information Act release.
What do we got here again? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Are we live still?
Well, I'm looking down here, and it looks okay.
Welcome to Sanctimonious American Men. Today is Saturday, September 3rd, 2022. I'm getting a message. I'm Saintly Barnes. With me, as always, is Saintly Brandon.
He's getting a message that we're FUBAR.
No.
Okay. I do see it's still cycling on up there.
Cycling on.
I don't know. I'm watching. It looks good right here. So we're just going to go with it.
Gonna go with it.
Until I see otherwise. So what were you showing them?
Little Freedom of Information Act.
Oh,
let me bring it up to the camera.
Oh, he's got a close up for y'all. Ooh. Did you request that or
Just
someone
getting
else?
prepared.
Getting prepared for the Pope's warning?
For the big Pope warning, yeah.
The Pope said
World War III is on the way. Underway.
Wow.
I don't know how he can make such claims because it's definitely not the most violent period I've lived through.
Was that what he was saying? We're in a violent period?
No, he didn't say that, but he said that the Third World War is already underway. You know, he was talking about the beginning of the Second World War, which started on September 1st, 1939. And in remembrance, he was saying, you know, as we remember World War II, let's not forget that the third one's already started. I don't speak Latin or whatever fuck he was speaking, so I had to take somebody else's.
You don't. Yeah, you're hearing interpreted speech.
Yes. I also watched a couple interpretations of Putin was on TV this week.
Ooh, the
old Pootie.
The big bear man.
And he was saying that in the 90s, he approached Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton, and asked to join NATO. And
wow.
I got a couple different interpretations about how he said what he said. One said that he had a refrained response, and one said he had a measured response, which probably
Clinton did.
Yeah, to
his response to Russia wanting to join NATO.
The two different, and that's where the interpretations that I saw have differed because I don't speak Russian either.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you know, he blew him off, and you know, Putin was like, "Why? Why can't we join NATO if we're not enemies? Like, why can't we join? We want to work closer with the United States and the West."
Because it's all part of the plan.
That's part of the plan, yeah. It's a land grab. Russia's got a lot of land. Did you know Russia's so big, right? If it was aligned differently, Russia stretches from Russia to Maine. It still reaches Russia and Maine, right? If you moved it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that big. So you could walk from St. Petersburg to Maine, basically.
New England, even,
yeah. Straight through that shitty part of Canada. And the Hands Island, I think that's in there's a couple of contested islands there.
How's old our buddy doing up there? Where is he?
Who's that? Oh, Mr. Science?
No. Oh.
Fauci?
This guy.
Oh, crap. I didn't hear anything about him this week.
I heard some stuff. I just didn't look into it. Yeah. Trudeau.
I know the Canadians are having a harder time than we are.
That's Fidel's boy.
That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
There is some of a resemblance, right?
A lot. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say a lot.
And he,
But who says?
who knows? I
who
wasn't
knows?
there.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the bedroom. I don't know.
I'm sure he doesn't like it. Being rumored son.
Being rumored, son.
Yeah.
So how was your week? What'd you do?
Just wow. Well, traveled back up to old Derry, New Hampshire, where we're building.
Mhm.
And did a lot of work up there. I was tempted to not do the show today.
I saw that.
There was a Fat Boy Slim show in Boston last night,
Ah,
and I was this close to just saying fuck it. But I came back and been responsible. Here I am.
right.
Right. The show must go on.
Show must go on.
The show.
So you
And
came
then
back.
there's also all kinds of stuff happening today out there, and I was like, oh fuck it. There's like some big Ren fair.
Oh man,
There's another big party for a skate bowl jam for what was big gigantic
okay.
member, something like that. You ever hear of the big
Yeah.
big gigantic? So I missed out on all that to come and
Be here.
spread the news.
Spread it.
We're spreading it like butter.
Spread her news. All
Misogynist over here. Okay. What else? What'd you do this week?
Well, we had a yard sale. That was cool. Gonna have another one tomorrow. Made a bit of monies, at least. Diane did.
Learning how to make some, or no, you didn't.
I didn't make it much, but she made 400 or something.
She knows what she's doing.
I guess so. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. Got an Xbox for sale. Come get it. Yeah. I watched a couple movies. I watched my Tyson thing this week, and
That's a series.
it's a series on Hulu. Yeah, called Mike.
Okay.
That was interesting. A couple scenes shot allegedly in Catskill. Probably not though.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I watched the She-Hulk a couple episodes
Yeah.
because I heard how bad it was supposed to be, and it's not great, but I mean the CG sucks for sure. I was like, ooh, some of this is bad, and a lot of confusing like things like the way the tone of it is. It's like you just made it really ridiculous.
They made it ridiculous. I saw
Mhm.
some scenes. One scene where he's telling her how to control her emotions. And she goes off, I'm a woman. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
we did talk about that
blah.
last week. a
That
little.
makes you exempt.
Yeah, it's like your emotions are more special.
More special?
because you have them more, or whatever the point she was making.
Trying to
she's
make.
she's like, you don't understand. It's like, well, okay, guys don't have emotions.
We're no emotion guy.
No emotionals.
I watched this thing about the Troubles in Ireland, about the peaceful protest for civil rights in the 70s that led to 14 people dying in Derry.
Peaceful protests.
Yeah, they were opened up fire on the Irish citizens or the Catholics in Northern Ireland.
Mostly peaceful.
Yeah, it was peaceful.
Hmm.
I mean, the kids were throwing rocks and shit, but
Oh, okay. Not
not entirely peaceful.
okay. So what did I watch? I don't know. I've been watching a lot of stuff on just ancient cultures and aliens. Aliens. But yeah, the Stonehenge, we were just talking about that. Stonehenge of America is supposedly 10 minutes down the road from where I'm working. So with any luck, I'll go check it out. Maybe do a little video.
Must be working near my buddy Tetsubo.
It's like over 4,000 years old, they
Yeah.
say. Yeah, and it's a cave system. There's, like you said, an altar there.
Altar that
There's-
drains blood, right?
Mm,
Allegedly. Blood.
allegedly. I don't know. I
It's
have
got
to
a
go look.
channel, they say.
Yeah, what it's for, who knows?
Who knows? It's a small site. I've seen it on
Discovery or yeah.
Yeah.
The internets.
The internets. I watched the Lord of the Rings thing, whatever it is.
Oh, you finally it came out.
Yeah, it came out, and
Okay, here we go. Review.
well, previously all I'd seen about it was actors telling me how woke it was,
Uh-huh.
and then it was just like watching television. It wasn't anything like they're making a big deal about black actors, and
You have one episode so far? One
There's-
episode?
two, I think. But regardless, there was some black actors, but it wasn't like what do they call that? It wasn't. There were few and far between, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, there maybe
the race swapping everybody gets upset about.
yeah, and then like it wasn't really noticeable, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
They were making a big deal about it. All I did is hear about previously. All I did is hear the actors talking about how wonderful it was that there was, and I kind of was expecting like some 70s Afrocentric, but it was just like any other show on TV. there was people. I was like, okay. So I thought that was overhyped, but it was pretty good.
It was good, he said.
Yeah, I think it was pretty
Thumbs up from the D&D man.
good. Yeah, it was all right.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
You'll let us know if it gets goes off track.
Yeah, either it was just. I guess I'm not sure. I never really looked to see specifically if there's black characters in any of the other
Stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't read the book, so who the fuck am I? to
I haven't read the
complain?
books either, so. But I thought it was good. Whatever.
I mean, the Peter Jackson fans, half of them probably haven't read the books either. So
Probably not.
They're all just screaming to scream.
Yeah, basically.
It's the outrage mob, or the
Outrage.
what is it? Recreational outrage.
It's selective outrage.
Selective.
Yeah, very selective. They're not worried about the kids in cages now. It's like that tennis player can't come into the country because he's not vaccinated.
Who?
But I can't remember his name.
Is he still?
Isn't-
I thought they were done doing that. It was what's his name there? He's from. Oh man, I can't believe it ain't the Aussie boy Nadal.
No, that guy got sued this week.
Yeah, what happened to Raf?
Well, all right. Let's get into the global and economic
And this world of
news.
tennis.
So he was at Wimbledon, and I guess somebody in the stands was distracting him, or he found offensive or something, and he requested to the umpire that she be removed because she had 700 drinks, and turns out she was a sober lawyer. Got removed.
Sober.
Yeah,
Lawyer.
sober lawyer, and that crowd is all.
Sullivan?
What's that?
Sober? She wasn't drunk.
She wasn't drunk.
Oh,
no.
okay.
So now she's suing him for having her removed from Wimbledon and for the emotional abuse and her name being in the papers and whatnot.
I wonder what she was doing. Was she heckling him?
I don't think so. She requested the footage
Mm-hmm.
from Wimbledon from themselves.
When she got yanked?
I guess there's overviews the whole time. You could see the audience. So she's taking him to court, and suing.
Aw.
Let's see what I got the story.
So,
Yeah, he's sued by a lawyer. I'm not going to.
sued by lawyer.
What else we got going on this week? More Tyson news this week. Tyson came out as conservative.
Joe Rogan told his people to vote or Republican.
Yeah, he did.
That was hilarious. People's heads went boom.
Boom. Well, he's about as middle of the road as you can get, right?
Well, I mean, he was just speaking I think it's pretty a good point. He's like, Aaron Rodgers is like, what can we do, Joe, to, get some justice? Because the Democrats are the ones with all the lockdown policies.
Right,
So he's like, vote Republican.
right.
Because it's pretty clear that none of that shit did what it was supposed to, and it was harmful in many ways.
Harmful in a lot of ways, yeah.
And Florida, who didn't do it, with DeSantis,
They
their state's doing just
very well.
fine.
Yeah.
No better, no worse than any of the other states.
And now they have a
Maybe
comparable.
better.
They have
actually.
a comparable population and size to New York, right? I think they're the closest in size to each other, New York and Florida, and they're the closest in population to each other. So it's a good comparison between New York and Florida. I've heard people say that New York is more condensed. I would argue that's only one part of New York is more densely populated. Seems like Florida only has like 10 miles on the East Coast or 20 miles, right? Before it turns to swamp in some places. And, they have more people than New York, about the same amount of land, in a smaller city. So it seems like they'd be more spread out a little bit, but that would make everywhere more dense than that one little spot in New York City, right?
Mm.
What else we got?
I see this. I don't know how old this is. It says Biden's COVID czar, Dr. Ashley Jia, on Friday says the goal in my mind is not to go back to normal. The goal is to build a very different new normal.
Fuck that guy. That's what I say.
I think it's a girl, but
Whatever. Am I going to get sued now? It's illegal in New York. You can't misgender somebody.
What?
Yeah, that's a new law in New York.
Oh man, when did this happen?
Last week.
Our awesome governor.
Awesome Hochul, who nobody voted for, by the way. Not a
Same
fucking-
amount of people voted for you.
Yeah, about. I mean, you could say that, but I guess they did vote for her as lieutenant governor. But then she appoints a lieutenant governor. He gets busted right away. She's surrounded by criminals.
That's so dumb. Misgendering somebody is a crime.
Yeah, you got to do it intentionally a bunch of times. Those are the people I don't talk to. The people that I may accidentally call them wrong name and end up in jail.
You're just not gonna get
Just not going to communicate with you. It's too much of a risk.
I guess that's the easiest way to look at it.
I don't need to go to jail for forgetting.
Yeah.
And it's already happened to me, actually. I've happened.
It happens all the time. I've done it through life a couple times, and you're just like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't, whatever. But I was unaware of your gender.
I've only done it one way. I've never called a biological man a woman by accident. Or wait.
You've only called women men
No,
that
no.
look like men?
I've only called women who want to be called men women. That's the only.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're not fooling me. Come on. Come on. You're not fooling any straight male in the country.
There's probably some tests out there that you might miss or pass. There's probably a lot of I mean, everybody falls back to, the old Adam's apple as the giveaway.
Elbows, right? Hips, shoulders.
Well, that's what all them hormone drugs are for now. Maybe the shoulders give it. I don't know.
Bone density.
You
I
gotta
can't see
pick
bone
them up.
density.
Come here. Let's see how heavy you are.
Yeah,
you-
rib. That rib they're missing.
The rib.
What else we got in news? So Shaquille O'Neal went to Australia.
What for?
Just on promotion or whatever. But he believes that the world was flat because he didn't go upside down.
Shut up.
That's what he said. I don't know whether he's trolling or not,
I hope so. That's hilarious.
but he has come out and says that he believes the world is flat.
The flat earther Shaquille, the cheeseburger O'Neal.
See, that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. You could think the world is flat as long as you're not like an astronaut or a pilot or a sea captain. How does it affect my life? I don't know. I haven't checked personally.
Strange.
Believe the earth is flat all you want. I'll still talk to you.
I'm not gonna get arrested talking to you.
I'm not. You're not going to arrest me for calling you
A flat earther.
a flat earther.
Okay. Steve Bannon got swatted
Oh, did he?
during a live show on Saturday morning. Is that today?
I thought I heard
Last
this.
week?
I thought that was a prank or something.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Who else did they swat? They swatted
Gavin McGinnis?
McGinnis and also what's the Marjorie Taylor.
Greene, that was last week. She got swatted twice. I don't know how the fuck that's even possible. It's only a matter of time before we get swatted. This was good. This was in local news this week. So Hudson Valley man who was convicted of identity theft.
Okay.
He happens to have the last name Cuomo.
Nice.
And he wanted to make it very clear to the judge and jury that he was not related to Andrew Cuomo, the governor.
Okay.
He made his lawyer say that, by the way. Now, I got in trouble in PDH on Facebook because I said, convicted man says he's not related to Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo. It's kind of like stating the obvious, isn't it? It's like redundant.
And you got in trouble?
Yeah, PDH.
Would you call in?
No, I wrote it on the page.
Oh. You ever call in radio stations?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Maybe it's time to bring that back.
Bring it back. Bring it back. When my band was on the radio, I called in a lot.
Nice.
You're calling for yourself.
Yeah, I'd like to hear my song.
What was that song? I want to hear that again. Yeah, we had everybody calling.
Tens of thousands protest in Prague against Czech government, EU, and NATO.
You got to check it out. Yeah, there's been some protests.
What happened with that girl that got beat up in New York City by the cop? Some cop knocked some girl right.
She assaulted a police.
Oh!
She had assaulted a police officer, and he
Gave her an equal right.
gave
Not
her
the
one of
left.
these. He gave her one of these.
Oh, it wasn't even a punch?
No,
Everybody's making it out to be like, he punched her.
no,
He
it was an
punched
open
her."
hand, but it still looked pretty violent because she was like a toothpick, right?
Right.
And he was a big dude, you know.
But
And
she was assaulting them.
she was trying to interfere with an arrest or an ongoing investigation, and looked like she was interfering with arrest, and she played her hands on the cop. You can't fucking do that. That's called assault.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like there's rules for a reason, you know. And I'm not saying I would have reacted the same way or that he reacted right, but he's gonna get off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess it's equal rights. I don't know. He's got to answer to God for that one. Not legally. I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Director Ray, FBI.
Oh, going down.
I don't know if he will.
I hope he does.
I mean, all I keep seeing, and it's a horrible state of affairs for us to be like this, but it's like nobody ever gets punished. Doesn't matter how dirty you are. Seems like Donald Trump's the only one that's going to get punished.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get him. All right, that's what they got. Those 87. Everyone's worried about these 87,000 fucking IRS agents armed. I think they're just for Trump.
I know. I think you're right.
They're just gonna sick them all on Trump at this point. You know that's like Biden's speech this week. You know, everyone
Well,
saw
what
that.
happened with this speech? You said you were going to tell me about
So
it.
Biden came out and he had a special speech, right? Some of the networks shut down their regular programming. Not a whole lot of networks carried it, surprisingly. But he came out in front of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, and he had it all lit up in red. Right, so the backdrop's all red. He's got two Marines behind him. And he started to give a speech about how the biggest threat to our democracy is the MAGA Republicans. And here's the thing that kills me. It's like he's saying like it's not all Republicans, it's a small faction of MAGA Republicans. And I'm thinking, I don't know any neocons. Like I don't know one neocon, I don't think.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're pretty much gone. There's like Liz Cheney, who moved to Wyoming, the least populated state, so she can get into Congress.
Yeah. And then just got ousted.
Yeah, well, she's going to move to Vermont next, I'm sure.
Oh, nice.
She's just going to work her way up. So now it's the 49th least populated state.
Yeah, nice.
Who
So
else is he talking about?
75,
Mitt Romney?
75 million people.
75 million people threat to democracy. And the Democrats always do this. Like when someone doesn't vote the way that they like, they're a threat to democracy, right? They did that with Manchin. He wasn't going to vote the way
Oh, right.
He
Yeah.
was a threat to democracy, right? It's They constantly do this
I
shit. when people
forgot they
vote.
use that shit on Joe Manchin.
Whenever you don't vote the way that they like,
You're a threat to democracy.
And it's like, I don't think you understand what the fuck democracy is. What the fuck going on? And he's calling these people.
Oh God.
He labeled Trump supporters fascistic or semi-fascist, right?
Yeah, that's the new word, right? They're trying to get that into the circulation.
Right.
Semi-fascist.
And
The fuck's that mean?
and this has been one of my pet peeves for 20 fucking years, is that somehow the Western world, well, maybe not so much in Europe, but here, we don't have a fucking clue what it means half the time. Like more than half the population can't define fascism.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking positive at this point.
Right.
Um,
Like, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
just bad.
It's you know, you be mean to people and stuff, and you're authoritarian. Actually, it's totalitarian, and there's nothing about being mean in there. And they always say it's run by a dictator. Now, historically, for the most part, there's been fascist movements run by dictators. Mussolini was hired by the king, so I don't know if that was really he was also fired by the king while he was in office. So I don't know if that constitutes a dictator, but
Right.
I don't know how dictators get fired, but
Yeah, that's interesting.
that's an interesting one. But he was a dictator after Hitler broke him out of prison, put him in power. At that point, he was definitely a dictator. Anyway, what else came out this week?
I saw there was motorcycle gangs in New York robbing people.
For what?
They're just riding up on their bikes and grabbing whatever they want and taking off.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking lawlessness.
Decoy voice.
Is
put
this
up
in the
that.
city?
City of New York. Yeah.
Wow. What a shithole.
People just getting. It's the summer of love.
Summer love, yeah.
Reverberations.
Reverberations.
Mhm.
Fucking Beetlejuice out in Chicago came out and gave a speech this week.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Holy shit. So if you remember a few months ago, she declared Chicago a sanctuary city,
Uh-huh.
and that, not taking in
Illegals.
was racist.
Yeah.
Well, this week,
This week, it's not cool because they're coming to her city.
when they come to her city,
It ain't good.
subtly sending him to her sanctuary city is racist now too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That makes sense.
and this is something
People are full of shit.
this is something I saw on BitChute. They had buses at the border, and the guys going in Spanish. I can't tell. I had to take the translation again. I mean, anybody want to go to Chicago? Anybody want to go to New York? They're not forcing these people on buses. They're merely asking them,
You want to go?
You want to go?
And they're like, sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah. I love Chicago.
I've seen it on TV.
Yeah, exactly. So, I haven't seen that in any in the news. I saw that in a home camera this week.
No, it's not gonna. They're full of fucking shit.
It's like no one's forcing these people to go
until
anywhere.
it's their door. They're not getting it.
Right.
They're just not getting it until it's on their doorstep.
Exactly.
That's why I can't stand talking to half the people around this area because they're so insulated from everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're way up north next to Canada.
Canada's only a couple of hours away.
Most of the people we know ain't never been out of country.
That's true. I've only been to a few.
So it's
4.
and or even out of state for that matter. A lot of
That's
people
true. I
barely
don't know
go
how
out of
that's-
state.
That's kind of hard to do around here.
Dude, there's people that live in New York City that never even left their fucking borough.
I know that, but I don't. Like, from people who aren't here, like from here, whenever I try to explain it to them, I'm like, well, Pennsylvania is like, what, 2 hours tops? And I don't even think it's that far.
Yeah.
And Connecticut is
same.
40 minutes,
Yeah. Yeah.
Massachusetts is 40 minutes away.
I mean, I'll just take a day drive over there sometimes and have just go check out, a couple places here and there.
I got customers from Connecticut that come to me. So it's not that, it's like 45 minutes. It's not that far.
You need to take a drive out where I am so I don't have to come back next weekend.
Jesus.
Take it easy.
Ooh, get me excited.
Tell your customers. Yeah, well,
Gotta meet me in New Hampshire.
we'll see what happens next
Yeah.
week. We'll see what happens. Maybe next week will be the week we take off, just in 1 week off week, and then I'll be back after that, and everything will be smooth.
We'll be
then.
smooth. What else we got this week? We got did you read this one? Cuomo aide. Governor Andrew Cuomo's aide, Melissa De La Rosa, admits they hid nursing home data.
Well, I'm glad she finally admitted it. I've known that for a year,
yeah.
2 years
Since it
whatever
happened,
is.
yeah.
And everybody's telling you, shut up.
They went as far as to delete the executive order from the New York State of Health Board.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it happen.
You watch it in real time.
Watching it in real time.
Yeah.
We were
IRL.
We were tipped off that it was going to happen, and sure as shit it happened. Fucking unbelievable amount of corruption that's going on in this state.
Yeah.
What else we got? There's a new picture came out that proves Biden was lying. It's a picture of him and Jill while he's still married to his first wife, and he's 24 years old and she's 15.
I saw that picture. You sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Pretty gnarly.
Pretty gnarly. The quote on the picture.
She was the babysitter at that time?
She was the babysitter. Yeah.
Where'd this come from?
Some fucking. I got it from Twitter. It was trending.
Okay.
Now the meme that it's on is inaccurate because there's not a 15-year age difference between them. There's a 9-year age difference.
Okay.
It says that he's in his 30s and she's 15, but
That can't be.
that can't be. No, it can't be. But people went back and
You said 25?
he's 24 and if she's 15. Yeah, and he's about 24 in the picture. You can follow by his hairline.
Oh, investigative reporting.
Well, he's been in a public figure for
Yeah.
fucking. He ran for president in the 80s. I mean, so 40
And he-
years.
And he was highest in his class.
That was a lie. That was a lie.
People are sending me stuff like that. Like my brother just sent me that, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I know. I'm glad you just saw it. That he's a fucking liar.
Oh, he's been a liar.
He's just a lying dipshit.
He's been lying his whole fucking. He got plagiarized. He almost got plagiarized charges when he ran for president
Mm-hmm.
because he borrowed an English politician's speech.
Don't do your own research. That
Don't.
makes you bad.
You're bad if you,
You
do
bad
that.
man.
You're bad if you.
You
Facts.
research stuff.
Facts are bad.
Why you watch stuff from past? That's bad.
Yeah. I got the Epstein docs on here.
I liked your post. I saw a couple people posting it, but your post, it was like me if gold medals were awarded for conspiracy theories. You just stacking them on your neck. Oh, that meme is great. And all the dummies out there, I don't care. I mean, I know they don't watch the show, but people that
Don't believe that stuff's true.
don't believe that stuff is true, just remember we're stacking gold medals up
Stacking
over here
gold
at
medals.
Sanctimonious American Men.
So a couple years ago, the Babylon Bee, they put out a meme, a joke that they do,
Okay.
and they've been too prophetic lately. And it was a couple years ago, and they wrote, "Hardworking plumber looking forward to paying off for his neighbor's gender studies degree," and then boom, last week. Now
It's happening.
it might not happen, according to Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, of course. She'll fucking.
Well, she had previously said that it's not within his preview to do,
Uh-huh.
that the president can't do
Well,
that.
she don't want it.
Oh,
because-
she's not going to do it either.
Because she likes that money. That
Yeah.
money, she's getting that money.
Yeah. That's the biggest debt that the federal government has.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? We'll see.
So, yeah, Nancy's putting a kibosh.
She hasn't said anything, but this is something that came out that she said last year.
Okay.
AOC this week in an interview said that January 6 insiders, please open the doors for the public. She slipped again.
Did you watch Tim Pool's music video?
No, I did not. I heard about it. A lot of talk about it.
People like, is it cringe or is it heat? Or is it good or bad? But it made a lot of noise. It was number 2, or I don't know if it got the 1, but definitely number 2
It made,
on the Apple charts.
yeah, it made some Apple charts. And here's the thing that I heard about that. I didn't hear the song, but X22, Dave there,
Yeah, X22, BitChute.
was saying that he's made songs before that were totally political
Yep.
and got no response from the left. And this one's not political at all. It's just ordinary culture.
It's an ordinary culture song about like a guy and a girl.
Right. And this is how, and now the left is going crazy because he made a song, even though it's got no political messages. They're going crazy because it's doing well. And he was like, that's how you know the culture war is changing, because the littlest thing they're flipping out about, it has no relation whatsoever.
Oh, okay. All right. I could see that because they feel like they're getting defeated. So
Right.
it doesn't, you don't have to be fucking,
Doesn't have to be political.
it's just that you are someone that is on the other side.
Right.
That they know of.
Right. That they know of. Right. Jim Brewer came out this week, right?
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Somebody said it was really good. One of my friends, coworkers, they said they watched it and it was amazing. And from what I'm gathering, it's pretty political.
Yeah, it's pretty
Heavily.
political. Yeah. Yep. But he came out as conservative. He just thinks it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like,
Well, he's just speaking the truth. It is crazy. We've watched our friends and family get driven insane
yeah.
over the last few years.
He was going on about, he had a sick wife, right? And he's like, I have this biologist that I've been paying $1 million a year because my wife. And he's like, when COVID went down, I asked him about it, and he said, just take some vitamins and get a steroid, and you'll be fine, right? So he did, and he was fine throughout the whole thing, right? He's like, now this guy's one of the top virologists. He's like, I'm rich, I'm not like the richest guy, but I'm rich.
He's like, I'm rich. I got money.
I got money. I can hire one expert, right? And this is my experts that I was hiring.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just basically saying that it's not all what it seems, because his guy was saying opposite of what the mainstream narrative was.
Yeah. For all that, is not getting it yet, it's called New World Order.
Yeah.
They're just trying to wrangle everybody up into digital passports and facial recognition systems. And that's all it is.
All digital currency run by the government.
Yeah, and if you're not they don't like what you have to say, they're going to just cut you out of society.
That's it. Turn the button off.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. I saw this meme this week. This is pretty good. Hold on. How do I know that the FBI is politically motivated? Because they raided Epstein's island, took a bunch of stuff, and we never got one picture.
Right.
Donald Trump gets raided.
And we got pictures of all kinds. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
they're protecting pedophiles. Yeah.
It's that simple. I never even thought of it like that, but that's a great meme.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even like phase people that are TDS sufferers. Doesn't even phase them when you bring that type of. It's like, how come we wouldn't get nothing from the FBI on Epstein, but Trump we can get it?
Oh, get a picture, huh? Now the thing is, they took a picture of classified information.
Yeah, I heard they're getting in trouble possibly for that as well, and also the handling of it. It's like supposedly they spread it out on the floor and took pictures, and it's like that's not how custody works when you confiscate stuff.
No, I'm not supposed to be seeing classified information.
Yeah. It's supposed to be taken exactly how it's found to where it's going to be in custody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't touch it in between. Don't mess with it. Don't move anything around. Speaking of Epstein, the Epstein docs are out now.
Okay. You sent me this. I didn't look into it.
It's over 2,000 pages long.
From a hacker got these, or?
I guess so. I don't know the full story. In all honesty.
Are there any
There's a lot of celebrities on the list that went to the island. We now know who went to the island.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, we know a couple that already did. We know there's supposedly.
They were on the flight logs, right?
Yeah, there was like what's his nuts there? Fucking
Jimmy Kimmel.
I didn't know Jimmy was on there.
Oh yeah, that's what that guy was talking about last week. That UFC fighter.
Oh. Well, I know what was it? Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey,
supposedly.
yeah.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, correct.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, the murderer guy. The gun.
What?
You know the guy that shot the lady. The FBI say he shoot people. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin was there.
Oh, Mr. Baldwin was there. Oh.
He went down there, yeah. Naomi Campbell was on the list there.
I wonder if that girl that just burned up in a fire was down there.
Oh,
Ellen's ex.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the video? You saw the video of her trying to get up.
I saw that, yeah.
That was weird.
I sent that link, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, when Anne Hesh, is that her
Anne
name?
Hesh getting wheeled out after supposedly being on fire.
After fire. And she's in like a body bag or something.
Well, I think it was sheets. And
Sheets.
And she just split them open and sat up.
As they're pushing her into the ambulance.
And they just like, get the fuck in there.
Yeah, they shoved her. She was getting up. Now, this is from a helicopter.
Yeah. I saw some people that were EMTs commenting on it, being like, that's not how you treat a person in that situation.
Right. Something's up with that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Kanye West came out this week on Instagram, and he was sharing some texts between him and his ex there.
Gay fish?
Whatever the hell. I don't know.
Fish sticks?
Kardashian, right?
I don't know. I was just at South Park. I was watching some South Park recently. Remember the fish sticks episode where Kanye, he can't get the fish stick joke?
I didn't watch that one.
All right. Well, anyways, so he's talking to his ex.
So he takes some screenshots of text between him and his ex, right? And he basically says, she says, "You're stressing out my mother." And he's like, "You will not take my black kids and make porn and bring them to the Playboy Mansion and yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing that. I don't care." So, yeah, he made some pretty extreme claims that they were going to shoot porn, and that it happened to him, I guess, and maybe some of them. He alluded to that it's not the first time it's happened.
Wow. So that's like Epstein-style shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're just entrapping people with fucking making you do filthy things.
That's what they say a lot of the Playboy Mansion was.
And that's what the Kardashians are into. I mean, obviously, that's how she got famous.
How'd she get famous?
Kim Kardashian, she made the sex tape with the one rapper, and it got out.
Oh. What rapper?
I don't fucking know.
No, we don't know. We're not big on rap.
He ain't as big as Kanye.
No, I know who Kanye is, but I'm not a Kanye fan either. But
no, he's like fucking. If I had to guess, he's straight like mind fucked MK Ultra style.
Yeah, that's what he's alluded to in the past.
Let's see. Ray J.
Ray J. Yeah, I remember that.
There was a rapper named Ray J.
They had a TV show or something.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's how she got famous, by the sex tape getting out.
My God. So yeah, that was in the news this week.
How about this Andrew Tate dude? Do you know about him?
Hold on. It sounds so familiar. Remind me.
He got banned off of like TikTok, Instagram, all these places because he talks about conspiracy theories. And I don't know, he's just blown up in the news. He was on Tucker Carlson last week. Oh, you said he was, I think you knew, yeah, he was a basketball player, sports guy. I don't know. You knew something about him last week, but he's not like high profile. But what I like about him is he's making waves with young kids.
Right.
Young kids like my nephew. He's seen him on TikTok and he's like, yeah, he got banned for talking about like Gulf of Tonkin and
that was total setup. That was Jim Morrison's dad.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, you fucking know about the Gulf of Tonkin and you're fucking 12?
That's good though.
It's very good.
Yeah, you should know about that shit. We got involved in Vietnam for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost. Fucking Ho Chi Minh.
So he got axed because he was, he was spreading the word to young people on TikTok.
Gotcha. Something like that happened to Sisters of Mercy.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this story.
The
This is
80s
good.
group. So I only caught part of it. By the time I caught it, it was already back up. But Sisters of Mercy has a song on YouTube that they released in 1982, right?
82.
It's called Adrenochrome. Now, I'm not a big Sisters of Mercy's fan, but I do like Mission UK, which is the same band, basically,
Okay.
with a name change. And YouTube took down the video for 6 hours, thinking that it was conspiracy related.
Jesus.
And I guess the record company was like, hey,
Yo, that was 82.
we wrote that in 82. It has nothing to do with conspiracies.
Wow. Oh yeah. Speaking of conspiracies, the Mike Tyson, that rings a bell with the Mike Tyson interview. I remember I read some of the transcript, and he's like, I said something earlier this year, and you all took my voice away from me. You told me, because he had Alex Jones on his show, and he basically got fucking attacked, and he had to take the episode down because
Tyson did?
yeah,
Tyson's got a show?
yeah. He just smokes weed and talks with people.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called hot boxing.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Hot boxing with
Hot
Mike
boxing.
Tyson.
Jesus Christ.
But he had Alex on, and of course you can't platform Alex, otherwise you are the devil.
Yeah, that's true. What else we got this week? We got Poland. Poland asking for reparations from Germany. Chris sent me that link this week.
What?
Yeah. Poland wants some money for World War II from Germany. A little bit late to ask, but hey,
Wrong time too.
Yeah,
They're
no.
getting ass fucked by Russia.
they're gonna start asking for money now. You got people scrapping wood over there for fucking fuel this winter.
yeah. They release something about that being like you're gonna need to burn wood to stay warm.
Yes,
Yeah. Start chopping.
they're chopping now. Yeah.
That's about as dumb as California. They got rid of the electric, or they just said they want no more gas cars in all of California by, I forget what year, 2030 or something.
Yeah, I think
And
it might be
then-
2035.
And then the same week, they tell people to stop charging their electric cars
So
because
ridiculous.
you're going to crash the grid.
They also banned a certain type of gas can this week.
They also fucking let electric companies take over the people's thermostats so they can't turn up their AC too high.
Why?
Private, in your own home, you can't-
Controlling your...
the companies that installed the thermostats, probably Honeywell,
Probably right.
fucking have taken over via the internet people's in-home that they bought thermostat
That's so ridiculous.
and won't let them turn up their AC.
That's ridiculous. They've gone full socialist, haven't they?
It seems like it.
Jesus.
California is dead.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Arnold's got nothing to say about that?
I don't know. He's got AC. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, Arnold's got AC, sure.
That motherfucker. He's like, let them be hot.
This week, Utah FBI employees were charged with sexual abuse of 5 underage children.
Utah what?
FBI employees.
Wow.
What's going on in Utah? Huh?
Wow, Johnny Utah.
Give me 2. Make it 2.
Make it too.
Tomorrow, I'm supposed to see, the hell's that guy's name? Frog Brother.
I don't know who Frog Brother is.
Oh, come on. They're the meanest, baddest monsters. Fucking Michael Jackson Jr. Not the dead one.
What?
Corey
Corey
Feldman.
Haim. Oh,
Feldman.
Oh, the Frog Brothers.
The Frog Brothers, yeah.
Where are you going to see him?
Colony, I guess.
He's playing? a
Allegedly,
show?
yeah. I'm not gonna. I have no interest in this music whatsoever. Sorry, Corey.
Yeah, you seem like a dipshit, bro. I mean, you keep saying you're going to say all this stuff and then you never do.
That's what I want to talk about. I'm not confront him about.
I'm going to secretly record him.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Barney would not do that.
Not if I said if I wasn't going to. Well, you know. But if I don't say anything, then maybe, sure. But if I say no, then no. I don't like lying.
What about deceiving?
I'm still not into it.
What if it's for a joke?
That's fine.
Then that's fine.
Or if it's outlandish. If it's over the top, I'm okay with that too.
Nice. Nice.
Like if it's so like sarcastic and ridiculous that it's hard to believe, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's a WWF way.
That's like I got my one friend he said the boss who I'm working for,
Mhm.
he
Not Bruce Springsteen.
not Bruce Springsteen, but he was threatening to hide a penis pump in his truck, you know. So it's like because he travels a lot, and he's like, if he ever got caught, you know, searched by the cops, they'd find a penis pump in his truck. And it got the boss real worried. He's like, I can't take that type of stress. Can't take it. You can't be hiding that in it. So he's like, all right, I won't do it. I was just kidding. It was just funny, you know. He's like, now I'm definitely hiding it in there. After he tells him he's not gonna.
Swedish.
I was like, that's fucking classic.
That's not mine. One receipt for a Swedish penis pump.
Yeah. It's like, that's a great move right there. Get them all worried about it and then
That's
relieve
funny.
them and then really do it.
That's funny. That is funny.
You're going like through Canada or something like that, and all of a sudden you're like, what is this device for, sir? So
Can we
funny.
go to Canada again?
I hope so.
I haven't been there in a little while.
It'd be nice to finally have all this bullshit done, over and done with. I'd like to be traveling again. It's nice to be on the road doing this shit again.
On the road again.
It's so funny. It kind of happened at the exact same time, too, that the CDC was like, it's over. We're
Yeah.
done. Like, I had people complaining to me. They're like, I had to quarantine for like 10 days. And fucking the day I get out, they say it's over. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
That is funny.
Because I wouldn't have listened in the first place. I mean, like, oh, you want me to quarantine? Well, I quit. Bye.
Yeah, right. I listened to them for 90 days, and then I was like, what the fuck? Where's the dead people at?
Yeah, you said pandemic. This is not pandemic.
This ain't pandemic. No. I was ready to dig graves, you know, start breaking up limestone.
Dude, I know I would have won in the long run compared to all these other fuckers that believe it now versus when I believed it. 3D printing fucking
Oh, yeah. We had masks.
masks with the HEPA filter that you needed. People putting cloth on their fucking face for the past year. It was a complete waste of your time.
It was.
The cloth will not stop the fucking size particle that the fucking virus
Right.
is.
Right.
You need a HEPA filter style 95 mask that I think the smallest micron that can get through is like 0.3 and or 0.03. And that's smaller than what the size of the virus is. The virus.
The virus.
And
China.
yeah, and I was out like totally ready to just start
The world
scavenging, salvaging. I was like, oh yeah, I got to learn how to fucking brew fucking liquor and
Gotta
know
learn.
how to do moonshine.
How do I butcher a human?
Got to learn how to butcher.
Butcher a human now. They're like a deer, right?
I got to make a skin suit.
They're going after him now.
Who?
What?
Silence of the
Yeah, I've
Lambs?
never seen this. I've purposely avoided this movie.
Bill? They're going after the character?
Apparently, he made a skin suit, right, to look like a woman.
Uh-huh.
Transphobic.
Buffalo Bill's transphobic.
Yes.
Jeez. What will they get to next?
I don't fucking know. Shit's gone crazy. I've seen a lot of transition regrets videos lately.
I mean, you're gonna see a lot more.
Something must have changed in the algorithms.
You're gonna see a lot more because we had this bottleneck, and it was so fast, and it happened so
Oh, yeah.
quickly that all these people that did have nothing to do had nothing to do with them personally in their head. What's going on with them? They were just corralled into this fucking thing that forever is changing their life,
Forever, yeah.
and they're gonna fucking regret it.
That's like that one person in What Is a Woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, like, I'm a biological man who had surgery to cosmetically appear as a man. A biological woman who had surgery to cosmetically appear as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I was always fine. I was a lesbian. And she's like, I didn't have anything against men or anything like that. And she started to buy into the narrative at 40. And she said, it got me at 40. Your kids don't stand a chance, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the brainwashing, I think she's right, I mean,
well, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible. But it's showing people. It's really showing people don't have a firm grip on themselves.
Right.
Like a reality, who they are. The spiritual part of America is like really fucked up. And that's where you got to talk about spirituality, because if you have some, you got a good identity. Usually. Right. It's just when you have nothing to think of, like, what's greater in the universe than just like this fucking buying and selling that is our consumption and fucking consumerism. You just end up like looking for shit anywhere fucking something's popping up.
Right. That's like suicide rates in the U.S. If you follow them.
No.
Well,
I mean, I do once in a while. I saw how fucking they've went up with the COVID.
They went up with the COVID, but they tend to be in areas like New York, California, right? Seattle, fucking Chicago, right? Those are the areas where the highest portion of suicides are taken rate per population. That's a lot of fucking people, right? Those are like some of the major metropolitan centers in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, to me, it suggested that there's something going on in the metropolitan lifestyle that's causing people to commit suicide, right? Because the suicide rates were lower in the South, right? In Alabama or whatever, Wyoming.
It makes sense. The numbers don't lie. There's
Right.
a correlation somehow.
There's some kind of correlation between metropolitan living in Jersey, and being suicidal, and living in Wyoming and not being suicidal, right? But it's the opposite with obesity.
What's that?
So if you look at the obesity, you'll find that there's more people in Alabama that are obese than they are in New York.
Right.
Why is that? We don't know. But they're not committing suicide.
They're just getting the diabetes.
What you say?
They're just getting the diabetes.
Yeah.
They're just getting diabetes, man.
Diabetes. Well, they got all those snakes in Alabama, man.
Out of Wilford Brimley.
Fucking never touch a snake in Alabama. You don't know what the fuck it is.
Why?
They got a lot of snakes.
Okay.
There's like 70 snakes there or some shit.
Let's study snakes.
Snakes are these creatures that I don't like, that seem to like me for some fucking reason. Like, I don't know why I have like the snake sense or whatever. I'll find you a snake within 100 feet here. Fucking, don't like picking them up. Don't really like them at all.
Snakes are the devil.
I don't think they're the devil or anything. I mean,
just joking.
I've had some friend snakes, but
No, I like snakes. I've never had a problem with them. My cousin, as you well are aware, loves reptiles.
Right.
He always had snakes and lizards and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of them I don't really know. Gardeners don't bother me at all. Rat snakes don't bother me at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
The racer snakes move kind of fast. They freak me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even the water snakes, right, whatever they are, they don't bother me. To tell you the truth, copperheads don't bother me either.
Yeah, you just know not to fuck with them.
Yeah, I don't fuck with them. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell by their coloration and head.
Yeah, and corn snakes, milk snakes. They're all they're cool looking.
Yeah, they're cool looking, But the thing is like here, I know to stay away from three snakes, right? Does it
Right.
have a rattle or is it a copperhead?
Yeah.
You know,
Other places, it's like, what am I looking at?
I don't know.
It's like when I was in Texas, I got bit by a scorpion. I didn't know the fucking shit. Yeah, you gotta check your shoes and pants every morning. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck that. I don't live that way.
What the fuck?
You knock out your shoes and shake out your pants. Make sure there ain't no fucking scorpions in there in the morning.
My sister's moving back to Texas. She's had enough of Portland. I'm grateful.
Where's she going? To Austin? It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just not as crazy yet.
Right. I don't see Texas, the rest of Texas, letting Austin get that crazy.
I hope not. Yeah, I think there's a good enough influence around them where the people that go there for that sister city lifestyle of Portland, they get kind of awoken, like, oh, it ain't bad to be a redneck. It's kind of
Right.
cool. Is, you can go out shooting guns, and they realize rednecks aren't that bad because they're living right next to them, and
Right.
it's like these people are really cool.
Well,
They're
that's
just badass.
right. That's like when Biden was going off about the AR-15s. We got an F-15, like, and then people were cheering him, like, dude, I live next door to you. What the fuck are you talking about? That F-15's not gonna miss me and hit you. I mean, it's not gonna miss. Like, you're gonna get hit too. Is what I'm saying. Fool me once, you can't fool me again.
What's going on?
That was the gods,
Something's going on.
the AI gods that they're trying to create. The god of AI. It's gonna make all your decisions for you. Something's up there. It's Big X. Error 404. We got a little earthquake in.
I just run out of hard disk space to record the show, so I'll have to download it later. That's
All right. Liechtenstein had a little earthquake this week, huh? Middle of Parliament, whole building started to shake.
I did not know.
Belgium farmers are rioting.
I wanted to get back to the Joe Biden speech. You were just talking about it.
Yeah, so this was.
I'm gonna have to watch this. You're saying
the
it's that
F-15
bad.
was the week before, yeah, but the last one, dude. I don't even know how the fuck somebody let him go out there looking like this. Like, optics means something, right? Especially when you're president of the United States, right?
Would he stumble out with poop in his pants?
No, he's got, like I said, he's got the red lights behind him, right? And he's got the Marines behind him, and he's shaking his hands. It looks like
Dictatorship.
a dystopian movie. What they make the dictator look like, yeah. Like he was like,
And they did it on purpose.
yes, they did it on purpose. And the funny part is that CNN must have realized that it looked bad.
Uh-huh.
So they tweaked the color a little bit, right, to make it look less blood red. But the flag colors ended up being like turquoise at the end of it or whatever. Not turquoise. They ended up being like purplish because they were tweaking the tint or whatever, trying to make it less ominous, right? They did this live.
I saw, I guess, Twitter, it was trending pedo dictator.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, that was.
Pedo dictator.
Twitter's a fucking shit show, man. Holy shit, people are dumb over there. Like, I don't know what. You can't say anything without somebody misconstruing it somehow.
Yeah. Yep. They're offended.
It's so crazy over there.
It's like what they get off on.
Facebook is bad, right? But Twitter's fucking insane. Like, straight up insane. You know, like,
Well, I am glad I've never had a Twitter.
I have a Twitter.
I mean, I had one, but I never used it. I got one, and I was doing it for something else, not even for myself. It was for a marketing thing. And then I just never used it because I was like, it's just fucking stupid. I didn't.
Trending now.
Are you going to see if there's any breaking news?
This morning, pilot lands after threatening to crash plane into Mississippi. Huh. That sounds interesting. Marriage rates in China have sunk to an all-time low. Will the nation soon face a demographic crisis? No, they will not.
Oh, yeah. They got two Marines in silhouette in the background with
Yeah.
red in the... Jeez.
He does a double pump and hangry fist thing at one point. And the whole speech, all right, so he doesn't mention China. He doesn't mention inflation. He doesn't mention the border. But he mentions January 6th. He mentions Trump. He mentions MAGA. It's like, what the fuck was this about? Like, it's like we spent taxpayer money so he can come out and say, we need a one-party government. You're like, what?
Weird.
Dude, it was dystopian. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if people aren't, like, questioning what his motives are after that, like, you're just fucking gone. Like, what?
How many people can we count on? I can count, like, people I know right now that are so fucking gone, probably rallied up by that, being like, yeah, they are the worst. And they're talking about, just normal people.
Normal people, right. People who didn't, like...
People don't, like...
Look in New York City after the protest, right? Not the protest, I'm sorry, the election. D.C., right? Any major city, they all boarded up their buildings, right? They put up wood in front of their stores, right? Because they were worried if Trump won, there was going to be riots. But what happened? Biden won. There was no riots, right? So we know which side that they're worried about, but they're not going to address it, right?
Nobody's addressing it. It's even when Trump did get elected, I think Seattle got burnt up a little bit.
Right.
And friggin'
Democrat places.
Yeah, New York City got fucked up a little. And it's like, so all they got is that January 6th of
That's
fallback.
it. All right. We have the whole summer of love that nothing happened to those people, right? They federal courthouses got burned down, police stations, right?
Yeah.
Churches across from the White House.
And that's all they got is January 6th to be like, but you guys did that.
Right. Now, but the thing is, if you look throughout U.S. history at destructive events, right, you got like the Civil War, then the George Floyd riots, right?
Okay.
And then it's stuff like 9/11, Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Because those riots were in over 900 cities in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And there was property damage in each and every one of them.
And George Floyd is not a hero.
No, I didn't know him.
I didn't know him either, so I can't say either. And he definitely.
I don't think he wanted me going out there burning shit down, though. I didn't know him. I don't think that's. I'm gonna have to assume that he had some kind of heart, right? And then don't go burn down the neighborhood, right?
I mean, I'm sure he wasn't a bad guy, or he could have been a lost soul. I don't know.
I don't know,
but I do know. As far as I've seen, I haven't seen anything that says he's a hero other than he got killed by a cop.
Well, he's got a golden casket.
If that makes you a hero, then
in somebody's eyes, he was a hero, right?
Because you got killed.
Yeah, he got killed because he was doing counterfeiting. Right.
George Floyd,
when he was in that store, he was trying to pass a counterfeit bill.
Oh, okay. But he was also high as a kite. Right?
Yes, he was high as a kite.
So to me, he was just having he was just going around having a day where he was just being a druggie.
Yeah.
Maybe he was something different before that.
Right.
Maybe he fell from grace.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
But that day, he wasn't being a hero.
No, I don't know anything heroic that he's done. I've only heard bad things, but
yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
they'll just label. They're just finding stuff to break apart the community. That's all. Is that meme I just saw? It said, "You don't have to defeat them. You just have to tell the people with pitchforks that the people with torches are trying to take their pitchforks away."
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with police brutality or George Floyd being killed. It just had to do with how do we get people to hate each other.
Right. How do we get the people most susceptible to the COVID virus out in the streets next to each other?
Yeah, and Fauci even said that, there's no danger of it there. We don't. It's probably not going to spread there.
Not there.
Why? Why isn't it going to spread
in the crowd of people
protesting,
screaming?
Yeah.
But
because I said so.
But if you got your kid baptized, you got to get hit with the squirt gun.
If you're surfing out in the ocean, the fucking
Coast Guard
come swoop up and pick you up, fucking right out the ocean.
Holy
like a
shit.
fucking dolphin. You arrest you because you're out in the ocean by yourself
surfing, spreading COVID to the sharks. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I was reminded about that on the Joe and Aaron Rodgers interview there, and I was just like, yeah, I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe it's just that was straight authoritarianism. Just
say it again.
straight authoritarianism. They're trying to feel it out. They're like, this is the test run. Let's see how much these people will take.
Oh yeah, you know,
Let's see how willing they are to being fucked of all their rights and everything they know.
everything, right? And you know, when the Pope says that World War III started, I think that's part of it. You know, I think this is all part of it. And you know, we're an open society. Anybody can come here and invest, right? You know, I pick this up here.
What do you got?
I'm looking for it. Hold on. The adequacy of federal response to foreign investments in the United States, right? So anybody can come here and invest, right? They don't always have the best intentions for us, right? So they can support schools, they can start programs, they can write books, they can do anything they want, right?
Okay.
Well, you know, we ended the Cold War with Russia. We never ended it with China. They're still going. China's got a lot of money now too. A lot of money to throw around, right?
Oh yeah, they bought up a lot of America.
So a lot of it's, you know, if I was Chinese and I was trying to spend my money, I know I can't fight America, right? At the moment.
At the moment, with the through military or
Right.
what they call
Kinetic, right?
kinetic warfare.
So I could invest in America to divide itself, maybe start a civil war. And it seems as almost that's what they want. Like they're almost intentionally trying to start a civil war, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you label 75 million Americans a threat to democracy? Because the way they voted.
That's pretty dumb.
That's pretty fucking dumb, right? It's not uniting the country for sure. And especially when we have so many problems, that was what he focused on as our like main problem was you.
Well, it's almost exactly how that scumbag Ray. Why isn't Director Ray at FBI? Why isn't he getting the boot when you have fucking? You're basically calling parents terrorists in your new fucking
Yes.
FBI rules of fucking what constitutes a fucking domestic terrorist.
Right.
Because parents don't want their children fucking being subjected to certain stuff.
Certain things, right? You know, it's like the Project Veritas release this week. Did you check that out?
No.
So there's a private school, I forget the name of it, $60,000, New York City. And they got this woke teacher in there who's like head of student affairs or something. And she's on Project Veritas telling this reporter over a drink all the stuff that she does that the administration doesn't want her to do because the parents are against it. But she sneaks it in anyway, right? And she gives them credit for going to like women's marches, the Antifa things, whatever. And she belittles, you know, she has a problem with white boys, apparently. That's one she meets the most resistance from. And she belittles them and she makes fun of it. And she openly calls for the genocide of these people, right? And laughs over it. Like, oh, we should just kill all of them. Like, haha. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, the morality is just not there. Like, why would you do that to like a little kid, sneak in your propaganda that you believe? It's so strange. Like, just isn't there a curriculum that they have to follow?
It's because they believe they're smarter than everyone else.
That is it, and that's the arrogance of it. Right?
Arrogant elitism, which the people that we talk about as our friends that are gone to TDS, they're the same. They think the same way.
Right? And who was it? Was it Aristotle that said the only thing worse than ignorance is arrogance?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was
I don't
him.
know if it was him, but that
It
sounds.
was some
about
Greek
right.
dude. One of those Greek dudes. Yeah, the only thing worse than ignorance is arrogance, right? Because arrogance makes you think you can't be wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see it, man. You know, it's this elitist attitude, right?
Yeah, completely elitist. I'm so smart. I listen to Rachel Maddow.
Holy shit, dude! I can't listen to her. She's the worst.
Oh yeah.
I did see a picture of her in high school, and she was quite pretty.
I bet she was. I mean,
She was blonde. Right? You know?
she was blonde.
Yeah, she was blonde.
Huh.
Long hair.
I mean, she's well. Here we go. Mel Gibson. This is from our friend Randy. He says Mel Gibson has decided to hit the heart of Zionism and the global agenda of the New World Order by directing a movie about the Rothschild family. Family of bankers that is behind the Zionist movement, the State of Israel, and controls the industry banking the global organization for 200 years, creating money, debt, and so-called fiat money. So is this true? Is Mel making a movie
I've heard that as well.
about the Rothschilds?
I mean, for those who don't know, right? The British Empire and the French Empire at one time included parts of the Middle East, particularly Palestine, and Rothschild is the guy that got the deal with the British government for Israel. It was before they actually got given Israel, quite a few, maybe a decade or so, or two before, but they signed it. He's got it framed in his house, and I forget the name of it is. But there's a greater Zion project, a greater Israel project, right? Where Israel wants to expand, right? And Palestinians are supposedly Israeli citizens, but there's a two-tier system there. It's so fucked up. I don't know who to be mad at or side with, really. Like, I could see parts of the Palestinian argument. I could see parts of the Israeli argument. And there's parts of the Israeli argument I'm critical against. There's parts of the Palestinian things that I'm critical against. You know, especially like the Palestinian clerics who want to kill all the gays. I think that's fucked up.
What was that? I missed that one.
There's Palestinian clerics. It's quite popular that believe if you're gay, you die. They want to murder the gays.
Wow.
It's like a death penalty. Yeah.
That's not very woke.
No, it's not progressive at all. You know, I mean, the majority of the Islamic world is that way, where women are belittled.
Yeah.
You know, not everywhere.
Yeah, but America sucks.
Fucking
Kidding me? America's the worst place on earth.
Worst place ever. That reminds me of like Jesse, right? I can't remember his last name.
Jesse.
He goes, he went to a Jesse Jackson rally, right? When he was young. And Jesse Jackson was telling him how he can't be successful because of racism. And meanwhile, Jesse goes and gets into the limo. And this guy's like, why can he be successful, but I can't? Like,
well, what's going on with this Lizzo? I heard this week Lizzo says she's repressed.
Yeah, Lizzo went up to go accept her Video Music Awards at their Video Music Awards.
They still
event.
do those.
Yeah. Fallon was in there, I guess.
Okay.
And in her acceptance speech after receiving the award, Video Music Award, she went on how she's repressed, you know.
Because of her race.
I think so.
Or is her weight?
Maybe
or
a combination.
Both.
I don't know.
Combo.
It was ridiculous, though. She's sitting there in her, $8,000 fucking costume that had about $10,000 worth of material on it to cover fat ass. But
a couple $1,000 or who knows how much in jewelry.
Who knows? All right. And she's telling me she's repressed. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do you want to be repressed? Like, it seems like, and this doesn't say that racism doesn't exist or that fat phobia doesn't exist, but not for these fucking people, right? You know, like,
they got fuck you money.
Yeah, exactly. They got fuck you money. And they're telling me that they're repressed. I'm just like, you're not. That might be an issue, but you're definitely not suffering from it. You're definitely not feeling the effects.
Yeah.
All right. And
God damn it, you could go buy an island and never see another human being again. And that's, you make your own damn laws on your island, whatever, and live just fine.
Right.
That's not being repressed. That's like you just made your own reality.
I was reading an interview with a daughter of an actress. She was a black actress. I forget her name. She was quite striking. She was an American, and her daughter was white, right, or like mulatto, lighter than she was.
Okay.
And they went to South Africa during apartheid, and they met with all these people, and she signed autographs and yada yada yada. And then she went to go to the zoo, and they didn't realize it, but the zoo was segregated, right? And she said that, her mother couldn't go in and she was yelling at her. Her mom just walked away, right? Didn't say anything. And she was saying to her, like, oh, Mom, just tell them who you are. Just tell them who you are. She was upset trying to tell her mother, just tell her that you're a celebrity, right? And that you're rich.
Right.
Thinking that it was like America, right? And she didn't realize it at the time, right? What was actually happening, she was being kept out because she was black, and that she didn't understand her mother's response, right? Because her mother just walked away. Now, the zoo later on apologized to her, and the president or prime minister of South Africa apologized to her, and they allowed her in the park, and she brought a bunch of mixed kids with her, right? That was her way. She wanted to get the kids in. And she's, made a speech about it, whatever, in South Africa. And so at one point she had asked her mom after that, why didn't you ever say anything about the stuff that was going on in America? And she said, because in America, I'm a celebrity, we're rich. Everyone, our neighbors are white. Everyone's nice to us.
Yeah, well, what the fuck do you mean what's going on in America?
She said, I said something in South Africa because it was law. It was illegal. It was immoral, right? And I wasn't experiencing that in America. I was having a nice life in America, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't saying that there wasn't racism in America. It just wasn't hampering her life in any way, right? And that resonated with me a little bit, because she was around in the 50s, and I know there was racism in the 50s, right?
A lot worse than now. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's worse than now, but it was bad, right? It was worse.
Well, that's what I've heard.
It was worse than what we grew up with, right? And
but these kids today,
exactly,
they think it's fucking the #1 issue,
right?
With the Republicans,
everything.
Threat to democracy.
It's a threat to democracy. It's like
it's a threat to democracy, brother.
Joe Manchin, I don't like the way you vote, so
Joe Manchin, listen here, brother.
You're a threat to democracy, brother.
You're a threat to democracy, man.
It's fucking retarded. Bullshit.
What's the other fuck? Holy shit. Go ahead, continue on.
That's all I really had to say about it.
But yeah, it's the kids. The kids are told that America fucking sucks.
Right, and I saw this thing where like some school district has to fire teachers, right?
Oh, I heard that too. Yeah.
So they're firing the white teachers first.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that about? That's straight up racism.
That's pretty ass backwards racism.
It's just racism. It's just straight up racism. I heard that Chris Rock said that black people are much more racist in America than whites. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard this week.
I think it might have been from an old comedy thing, maybe bit that was brought back. I
don't
know.
Back up. Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, it's a much worse in other countries, folks. Much worse. And you're all like Democratic TDS friends are like, please take our rights away from us.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous.
Please take our rights away from us.
Right. I don't think they even
and that's
realize
like a
they're
joke.
doing it.
It's a joke right now, like amongst them, like people on the left are like, oh, all these people are saying they're, ooh, my rights. And it's like, you just don't get it.
No, that's just exactly it. Right.
You don't get it.
And it's happening all the fucking time, right? And it's like when they're screaming about fucking fascism and giving out corporate deals from federal government. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the news is all on your side. That's one of, a symbiotic relationship with the media. That's one of the things that Giovanni Gentile wrote about fascism as an ideology. And you have to search for fucking Republican news, right?
Yeah.
You can't find it. Unless it's Fox News, right?
That like you get one.
Exactly.
You get Fox.
You get Fox. So who has a symbiotic relationship with?
And I heard
media?
Greg just took over the #1 spot, late night TV.
Yeah, he did.
So that's got to tell you something.
It does tell you something.
It tells you fucking those people. Biden didn't friggin'. I mean, I don't even know if you can say that, but let's just say for him being the most popular president of all time, the ratings on national television aren't saying the same thing.
Right. I mean, he had that speech, right? Special speech. Not all the major networks carried it. They're just like, fuck it. No one's going to watch it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck is going on?
So we're being lied to, basically. That's what I'm
all the
telling.
time. All the time. I tell Melly, it's a matter of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is.
You're just I mean, Joe Biden's the reason why fucking the dislike button is gone on fucking
Yes, it is.
YouTube.
Yes, it is. You can get that back, I heard. You can get apps that bring that back.
I mean, it's still there. Why they even have it?
I don't know, but I remember looking at the White House speeches and like the ratio was like,
It's horrible.
15
Plus,
to
nobody
1.
was even watching them.
15-1 down like stop likes. And if you go back and compare that to Trump, it was totally opposite. I was like,
And he had tons of views.
right.
We're being lied to.
I saw something today. I was on Facebook. It was an article saying that,
Well, not me.
it was talking about how, MAGA Republicans are the problem. So I was like, all right, well, let me go look at the likes compared to the laughs and the angries.
Okay.
And the laughs and the angries outweighed the likes.
Yeah.
And Facebook's a pretty liberal place. Right?
Yes.
So-
I would say so. Facebook's part of the initial fucking like run of the let's generate hive mind mentality.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, DARPA had a project, right? It was called the LifeLog, right? And it
We've
was
talked about this before, folks, but here we
LifeLog was a
it's
DARPA
true.
project where they were trying to figure out how to get your information from you without violating your rights.
Yeah, without invasion of privacy.
And so they created this thing called LifeLog, and they tested it, and then
People liked it.
right, the day that LifeLog project ends is the day that Facebook launches, and people that worked on LifeLog went to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Now we
And
got.
it totally destroyed MySpace somehow.
Oh yeah, somehow. Right, even though Tom would write you every day if you wanted him to.
Yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg.
and
you can't-
MySpace was such a much more fun place.
It was. There was more. It was more customizable. Right?
Yeah, you could make it like your own shit.
You had theme music when you went on your page. I think you could do that.
And it was
Facebook.
pre-algorithm too.
Yeah.
Whereas like now, I don't even know why I fucking still have the thing. I guess it's just like we talk to people. That's it.
Right.
Because there's nothing I see worth a shit ever on Facebook.
True. I could use the little boy's room. Bring it back.
Again, he's leaving me solo again. All right. So, anyways, building the bowl. I guess that's a best way of putting it. A skate park in New Hampshire. It's a really good park. If anybody out there skates, I would recommend it. Go to Derry. It's at the Alexander. Alexander something park, and it's gonna be a cool skate park. Part of it's already built, and it rides really nice. It's got pyramid hips inside of a bowl with a big extension and some lots of metal coping, some poured hard edge. So go to Derry, check out the skate park I'm building when it's done in about 3-4 weeks. Other than that, trying to go to this Stonehenge that's down the road, 4,000-year-old. It's in Derry as well, or no, it's the next town over. And 4,000-year-old structure. They're calling it America's Stonehenge. Trying to get there next week, and I'll grab some video, hopefully for the show for next week, if I get the opportunity. Everything come out all right.
Cricket flower.
All right. So, yeah, Hive Mind got a lot of our friends.
Liberal hive mind.
Got a lot of our friends, actually.
Yeah.
And it's all the same people that, they want to believe they're educated, they're smart, and that's how they suck you in by saying, well, you must believe us because you're educated and you're smart.
And you're smart, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all fine and good. Just don't turn your back on the people that been there their whole life and start being an asshole to them. That's what turned me off. Like, I don't care how smart you are. You've known that person your whole life. Don't treat them like that.
Right.
Because they think different of you. Right?
Yeah. Well, what turned me off was when these people who are educated and smart started saying they don't believe in the First Amendment anymore. That's when I was like, no, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're totally fucked. A lot of people don't understand the preview of government.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that. Like, because there's so many social issues, right, involved with the Democrats. And it's like,
Well, that's how they
when
get
do
them, too.
When do we get to the brass tacks?
That's the other part of the Democratic platform is it's all emotion. It's like we just have to talk about heartstring fucking stuff.
Well, why is that, you think? Why don't they want to talk about brass tacks?
Why is it? Because
Could it be that your critical thinking skills are down when you're emotional?
oh well, that's of course why. I was trying not to insult Democratic people, but I was gonna say the reason they do that is because they're preying on stupidity.
They're having emotions preyed on. When you're emotional, you can't think straight,
And
right?
you're stupid.
Right? We've all had a friend who's lost somebody, right? And they're really down. Maybe they went through a bad breakup. They think they're a piece of shit. Yada yada yada. They're not thinking straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Easy target.
And when you're not thinking straight, you're easy to control. Right? You know.
So yeah, that's why they would use that as their campaign.
Oh yeah, that's why it's all fear, 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 fear. Right. That speech that Biden gave, fear, MAGA's coming. They're going to take over. They're against democracy because the way they vote somehow.
Joe Manchin, listen here, brother.
The way you vote, man.
You're a threat to democracy. You can't vote like that.
Can't vote like that. You Kennedy. Yeah. Senator Kennedy, you threaten democracy.
Listen here, Tulsi. You're a Russian agent, sister.
My God. She checked all the boxes too.
For what?
Intersectionality. She has all the boxes checked.
Oh, she could have been president for sure. If
She's
wanted
a
her.
woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's minority. She's a native.
The
right?
worst part is she's intelligent.
She's intelligent. She's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
She had all the boxes checked.
But that's not who they can't control someone, or she hasn't bought into their bullshit.
That's what it is.
It's like you have to be bought and paid for.
Right.
That's why Kamala's there. And
Right.
that's why they were hoping to get her as the number one, but they couldn't.
She's fucking horrible, Kamala Harris. Like, wow.
It was a campaign. You just do that when you're campaigning.
Yeah, he's just a racist when I'm campaigning.
He's just racist and he's a misogynist when I'm campaigning, but I know I'm not.
I know. And what we're going to do is we're going to do it in time because time is important. And we're going to keep doing what we've been doing.
And what we're going to do now is what we've been doing. And we're going to keep doing and going and doing it.
Because it's important.
Because it's important. And I can say the same thing 3 or 4 different ways.
I know. What?
Over and over again until my time is up.
That's what she does. Over and over again. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. It's just like,
I just love throwing people of color in jail because of weed.
she did that. She's got the record, right?
She's got the record. And Joe Biden, you know, and Hillary, apex predators. You know, we're going to get them all in jail.
And she kept out evidence, right, that would have freed people
Yeah.
to keep the labor market up in the prison, whatever the fuck they're making there.
Yeah, the money, the prison,
Private prisons.
private prison markets. Yeah. Yeah. It's like they're just feeding their friends' business by sending people to jail.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. People say you're a conspiracy theorist.
I bet if you look at the incarceration rates, they're much higher in Democrat states.
I would tend to agree. Yeah.
Crime's higher in those states, so why wouldn't the incarceration state
Yeah. I mean,
rates be?
some people are really upset about like what's happening to Portland and to San Francisco. They're like, finally, some people are starting to wake up. They're like, it's just so depressing what these cities once were, and now they're becoming fucking homeless shelters.
Right.
Nobody, they're just giving away free drugs on the street. So it's not gonna fucking get anybody out of the street.
Well, that's just it, right?
They're giving away free crack pipes.
Why isn't the homeless problem in Santa Monica?
Yeah. Why?
Maybe too much money there. Maybe they'd move them to places they don't want them. Could that be? What was it? Because there's not any more housing in Santa Monica than there is in L.A., right? But
yeah. So did you see Meathead on Bill Maher? They had Rob Reiner was on Bill Maher.
Oh no.
And they were talking about Biden laptop.
Oh, were they?
And Bill was like, "Do you think it's okay that the press just hides stories because they don't want it to help the other guy?" And Rob Reiner was like, well, we don't know that that's true or not. We can't verify that. And Bill's like, they admitted it. They admitted it. The New York Times, at least, has come out and said they sat on the Hunter Biden story.
It was said on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And Twitter.
They sat on the story. And Chris Hogan's $3 billion for something.
They sat on the story, right?
Oh, they said, and he says this to Rob Reiner, and he's like, "Oh, are you sure? I mean, I don't know. I don't know." He's like, you don't know because you only watch MSNBC.
Right? They refuse to look.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the point. They refuse to fucking look. Show me the P tape. I'd love to see it. Right? Fuck a bunch of Donald Trump. We don't. I mean, whatever. He's just one guy, right?
Yeah.
Show me the P tape. Well, but take a look at the Hunter laptop thing. It's like when they're saying it's Russian information. I'm saying Russian information starring Hunter Biden. Like he's starring in the fucking thing. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's a really good product placement there. With the I Chris just put something on our little thing here, which is a joke from this week.
$3 billion for
Powdered.
powdered loads.
Yeah.
Powdered loads.
We were talking about the this goes back to the Jack story and stuff like that with the when we were kids, you're just trying to like go to the school store and buy a watermelon eraser for your pencil, and you got to hear about Rod Stewart getting his stomach pumped because it was full of cum.
Is that real? Is that a real story?
It's just, I think, urban legend.
I think it is too.
But then me and Chris were talking about, and it was like, do a commercial with Rod Stewart, and he wakes up in the morning. He's like, every morning, first thing I reach for is my box of powdered loads. It really fills my stomach full of cum. The show just went downhill.
I guess so. Wake up, Maggie. I got something to say to you.
To say to you. Oh.
It's your powdered cum. What the fuck? He's a great modeler. He's a very talented modeler.
Oh, he makes models.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something I'd look into.
Yeah, he's a talented modeler.
What's he model? Like mainly?
Mostly railroad stuff. He's got like a railroad collection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he makes little buildings and stuff and terrain.
So, yeah, the where were we? Where we got
Powdered
such-
loads. New from Blammo.
Blammo.
Listen, food supplies are going to run low. You can get your own Barnicot powdered load.
We're starting our own Survivor supply.
Survivor food. 100% protein.
No bugs.
No bugs.
No bugs involved. Oh God. So,
Your semen supply.
oh man, Semen Supply.
Patriot Semen Supply.
Semen Supply Shack.
You know these liberals are coming from your gum. You're not going to be able to hunt.
It's been scientifically dehydrated by scientists. Scientists.
Scientists.
A bunch of scientist stuff has happened to it, and it gets put in a box.
The economic collapse is coming. You don't want to be caught without your powdered load. At that point, money's not going to be worth anything.
Yeah. You're going to be a money-making machine. We're going to show you how to turn yourself into an investment.
There you go. First thing you want to do is you want to get yourself one of these old magazines because the internet's not going to be on. They're shutting the whole internet down. You're going to have to get yourself a magazine.
You're going to have to get yourself a
Now you want to get some sandwich bags.
What the
KY
fuck?
jelly.
Oh, man.
I hope your memory's good because
Yeah, because that magazine gets rained on.
Gets rained on.
You just got spit in imagination,
spit
brother.
imagination, right?
That used to be one of your favorite or my favorite things that you used to say. Just spit in imagination, man.
Oh man. Fucking A.
Yeah. So you're a threat to democracy, man.
Threat to democracy, brother. Let's see what else we got. I saw this earlier this week. Breaking experiment in quantum entanglement. Two atoms 20 miles apart.
Quantum entanglement.
Yeah, IFL Science has the story.
So beam me up, Scotty. We're ready.
I thought China did this already in outer space, but I could be wrong about that.
I feel like I've heard them entangling stuff already for sure. Same object in two different spaces.
It's been the record was set by physicists at the Ludwig Maximilian University, LMU.
Okay, so it's just a new record. They have done it before. It's just a distance record.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
They successfully connected two, I don't even know.
Quarks?
Rubidium atoms across 33 kilometers, 20 miles of fiber optic cable. The achievement represents a major milestone in the quest towards quantum internet, which would allow for instantaneous transmission of information between nodes in a network.
Wow. Quantum internet.
Yeah, well, quantum
Dude, that
computers
stuff's
coming.
fucking scary. I don't even want to talk about
Quantum
that
computers are coming, man. Bitcoin's not going to be worth shit when people start hacking on that.
It's just there's some stuff I've already seen on the internet where they say they have them already, and they, because the technology we see, it's got to be behind what military is doing. But
Better better fucking be for how much we put in military.
It's like that movie Deja Vu with God damn it, Denzel. Did you ever see that movie, Deja Vu?
I may have. I think he was on. I think he went to Epstein Island.
They had a technology in that movie where they can tell the future.
Okay.
And basically, I don't know the science of that movie, but that's what they're theorizing quantum computers will be able to do, because they'll be instant, like they'll be so fast that the algorithms will be able to predict the future.
Right.
Like scary.
In real time, I get it. Yeah, I mean, they're trying for an AI god.
Well, I told you that's going to be my next big movie.
AI god?
No, it's going to be the all religions uniting to fight against the AI god.
Oh.
It would be the Crusades 2.0.
I get it. I could see it.
Mm-hmm. My next big movie. That's right after Night Fox.
Right after Night Fox. As soon as we rip up this Haley thing.
Yeah, Halo Philly. That's pretty much in the fucking can.
Moved on to Night Fox.
I got to finish up Night Fox. I got the script like a quarter way. Have you ever read the script?
No. I've never read the script.
It's not good. It definitely needs some rewrites.
What else we got? I guess the fire down in Minnewaska's out.
Minnewaska had a fire.
Oh yeah, they had a forest fire in Ulster County, right? It was people from all over coming over to help.
Didn't know.
Don't worry about it. I knew people that were worked down the road didn't know. Like, how the fuck did you not know?
Well, I haven't been around, so.
You haven't even been in the county, so.
It's acceptable for me to be ignorant.
Right. Now, they let some of it go and keep burning,
situation.
allegedly to save other trees. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it's underneath control now. I guess the rain helped. A lot of people came over from Dutchess and Greene County to help. Orange County, Sullivan County.
Okay.
Everybody pitched in. It was down at
community.
Yeah, I mean, even the National Guard was down there. They had Mohawk closed. What's that? Mohawk
Mountain House.
Yeah, I think that was closed most of the week, and the state park was closed.
I got to go down to Mohawk. I like that place. Have you been? When was the last time you've been?
Last time I've been there?
Yeah.
Like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, okay. And what's this place with the biggest kaleidoscope in the world? It's supposedly around here somewhere.
That's on 28.
Okay. What's that called?
I don't know, Phoenicia?
It's in Phoenicia.
Yeah, I think it's in Phoenicia. It's past this high school.
Okay.
You go past Oneonta or Aniora, not quite as far as Oneonta, and you know, it's right there on the right. They got a new. There's a new fucking motel hotel there. I've stayed there once already.
Motel, hotel. Holiday Inn. Have you seen the biggest kaleidoscope? Have you ever went and seen it?
No, I've never gone inside.
You should go do an investigative journalism on that.
Is this really the biggest kaleidoscope?
How many colors can I see?
Yeah, right. Yeah, allegedly. I mean, that's allegedly,
That's allegedly.
right?
Yeah.
It's the biggest. There's the biggest fork in Dutchess County, right?
The fork in the road?
Yes.
That's awesome. I love that thing.
The fork in the old road there.
Just a big fork sticking up out of the dirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen it once, not knowing what it was the biggest fork. I think is that in Dutchess County? It might be in Putnam County.
No, it's right in at Dutchess.
Where
It's
is it?
As you're going out of Rhinebeck
Okay.
and you're going towards Red Hook.
All right.
Actually, no, you don't go directly towards. You like go out into the sticks a little bit, and then you can turn left to go back towards Red Hook, and it's right there.
What, on Taconic Highway or whatever?
No, it's like if you're going out to Aunt Tina's house.
Okie dokie.
Remember ever going to Aunt Tina's?
I do.
My
but-
aunt's.
Yeah, I do.
It's basically out that way.
Andre will tell us.
So
where it is.
you're close to. It's close to the. It's like. All right, you know when you're in Rhinebeck,
I know when I'm in Rhinebeck.
you got the four corners.
Okay.
The one that takes you down towards the Rhinebeck Hotel, and you go the other way. You're going east.
Keep going straight then. As
Just
I get
keep
off the
going
bridge
straight.
on 199.
Yeah,
Goes towards.
go underneath the bridge,
Yeah.
and you go out that way. You just keep following that road. You go past the police barracks.
And that's where the fork is.
It's right down that way. Yep.
I know I passed it. I'm like, what the fuck's that fork in the road?
Why is there a fork in the road?
Should have some meatballs and spaghetti next to it or something.
It's not a bad idea. Do a little graffiti piece.
I did see that Scotland.
Scotland Yard.
Well, Scotland, they put out a thing this week. Right. So, you know, it's a sign says, "Welcome to Scotland." It's got nicely mowed grass. And then you look before the sign a little bit. And
Yeah.
they didn't mow England's grass. They were like, "Fuck you, mow your own grass."
That's like that one. I forget what town, but they kept moving the sign further and further.
Oh, that was in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Northern Ireland. They
Yeah.
just kept moving the sign further down the road.
They would go out once a week, get drunk, dig up the sign, and move the "Welcome to Northern Ireland" sign down 100 yards. And eventually, the guys were like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I could have sworn that sign was a mile down the road. So eventually, it's staked out, and eventually they caught him drunk out of their minds moving the sign. That's so hilarious.
Oh man.
They were going to make a big stink about it because that's a serious offense, moving a border.
That reminds me of something like our good buddy Mikey would do. Mikey Maines.
Stealing land.
He's just doing dumb stuff like that. Just for fun.
They should have quit while they were ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, they gained some.
They could have gained something.
They got greedy.
They got greedy.
Don't get greedy.
Try to push it all the way to Belfast. What can I?
So what other news we got? Are we approaching our
We're approaching in wind down time. 6:48.
yeah, so we got to what must we forget? Don't say. And
Oh man,
who's towing the line?
we must forget that the signs say that in Saugerties that downtown streets are closed, but they're not, and those businesses are open, and they're really fucking hurting because of those goddamn signs.
So what's going on with these signs? They leaving them out,
They've been leaving the signs out saying that detour through town, right?
and there isn't.
There isn't. And so people aren't going into town as much as they would be because they think there's a detour. So the businesses downtown are suffering, right?
Well, why doesn't somebody just go fucking whack that goddamn sign down?
Because Central Hudson says they're still working.
Huh.
So there's talk about some of the business associate members might sue Central Hudson for lost revenue.
Good.
I think so
Sue
too.
the fuck out of 'em.
Fucking can't stand Central Hudson. They raised their rates 46% in the middle of the pandemic.
They're just a bunch of dirty thieves.
They didn't tell anybody. I fucking said, fuck you.
I still think that they're dealing with that right now. It's like the billing, they got so fucked up with their billing that they don't even know what's going on anymore.
Sue me. I'll make it to winter. You can't shut it off then.
Central Hudson, fuck you.
Then I move to
Sue
fucking
me.
Arkansas. What are you going to do then? Central Hudson.
You can't squeeze blood from a stone.
Exactly. I ain't showing none of it.
So that's what we must forget. We must forget they got a sign out.
I'm just throwing that one out there.
That's local forget.
That's a local forget. We
What?
must forget that Nancy Pelosi said that Joe Biden can't unilaterally remove the student debt.
Better forget that because Nancy's our hero.
Mhm.
We got to forget that shit real quick, that Nancy's going to put the kibosh on Joe's fucking plea to young people to vote for him.
Please vote for me.
Yeah, I'm down with that. But don't say this week is.
Whew.
Don't say. Don't say.
Don't say,
Don't say MAGA's not a threat to
yeah,
democracy.
that's the only one I could really think of.
Threat to. Don't say it. Don't say that they're not. a
Well, it's like
threat.
when he was going off, like, you don't need an AR-15, you're going to need an F-15. How are you going to battle an F-15? Maybe we need F-15s, Joe. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe you're onto something.
You're threatening me?
That's,
Are you threatening me?
I can't believe people cheered for that. It's like, dude, the people they're targeting live next door to you. Like, those bombs are big. It's going to hit your house. What the fuck?
But that's a threat to be like, I'm going to go to war with domestic,
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with citizens of this country
Right. Because of the way they voted.
because of the way they voted.
Right.
You voted the bad way.
You voted the bad way. So you're bad.
You're a bad man. Threat to democracy.
I mean, that speech was ridiculous. All he did is talk about Trump and MAGA, and that's it. He didn't talk about any of the real problems facing the country.
And he looked like Hitler doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun to do, wouldn't it? To go fucking and put a little mustache on
That's
him.
insulting to Hitler.
Okay, you're right. You're right. It is poopy pants.
Poopy pants. Hitler never shat himself in front of the Pope.
Shot himself in front of the Pope. Hitler ain't never done that.
He never did that.
Shot all over the Vatican.
Fucking A.
Okay, so then that's a good one. We got to forget that. Or no, we don't say that. We don't say that. Yeah,
We don't say that MAGA is helping the country.
never,
Never.
never.
It was the election was selected. So the selection was
The
perfectly,
selection.
was perfectly legit.
Yeah, and the viewers across America,
A lot of shakedown.
all the numbers make sense.
A lot of shakedown at CNN lately, huh?
Well, I know Stelter got the axe.
Somebody else got the axe yesterday.
Who got the axe
I
yesterday?
don't know. I don't watch CNN, so it wasn't Anderson Cooper though.
It wasn't Jake Tapper, the lead of Jake Tapper, was it?
No, I hear he's different outside of.
Tapper?
Yeah,
Oh, what was it, that schmuck?
I'm sure they're all schmucks, Brandon. They're on CNN.
Which was the asshole that was like just a straight rude scumbag all
Not
the
the
time?
dude-
Acosta.
Oh, he was a cutbag, yeah.
No, Lubin Tubin got the axe. I
Did
thought.
he?
I think
He jacks it off to somewhere else.
Lubin Tubin.
Yeah, he's trying to get in on the powdered cum fucking market.
He's trying to get in on the powdered cum market.
Just mix it with a little milk.
Tubin, he's way ahead of the game. That Tubin.
That tubing. All right, so we got who's towing the line?
Who's towing the line?
Got to tow that line. Dum,
Got a
dum,
toe.
dum,
Well, Nancy
dum,
ain't
dum,
towing it. That's for sure.
bum, bum, bum.
Nancy's like, fuck that line. I'm trying to get rich.
Ultra's towing that shit.
Oh, Holchel's towing the line.
Yeah, and so is fucking Adams in fucking New York City. So that they got that last. The NRA came up and took them to the Supreme Court, right? and New York State lost, and the Supreme Court says double
Right,
jeopardy.
right. You can't do that.
So what do? They turn around and reword it a different way.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? This should be illegal at some point. You can't just keep trying to put the same thing past the Supreme Court, different words.
Yeah. No, Hochul's an idiot, and she's definitely towing the line with making it a law you can't misgender someone.
Yeah, she's out of control.
And she looks like the devil.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Devil.
Devil woman.
I don't know what she is.
Spawn of
Hochul? I don't know. She looks kind of Italian. She's probably Irish.
She's probably like Nancy's cousin.
They're probably related.
Yeah.
I don't see it though.
Because Nancy's got the heavies.
Yeah, she got the heavies.
Nancy's got the heavies. Hochul,
No heavies.
she's built like a wooden plank.
Plank builder. It's like making love to a string bean.
Yeah. She's got that flat butt.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
I find that hard that Cuomo took somebody with a flat butt, but apparently he did.
Maybe. He got pierced nipples at Cuomo.
That's what they say. I've never seen him.
I got to show you this picture.
I've seen the picture where he's wearing the shirt that
White
looks
shirt.
looks like he's wearing.
It's clearly defined to me.
Seems pretty defined, but I don't know what those are.
Unless he's got fucking like handlebars on his
That
fucking
could-
nipples. He's got little fucking nipple bars. Little pink things come out the
Could be
sides.
some kind of security measure. I don't know. Maybe he's wearing a vest. I don't fucking know.
Maybe he had like some little clips on his nipples to shock him or something like
Maybe. What we got to do is we got to corner him, rip off his shirt. We got to find Andrew Cuomo, corner him,
that.
throw some beads at him,
Throw some beads at him, rip off his shirt.
rip off his shirt.
We got to find him in New Orleans.
Yeah, in February.
In February. Now we got a plan together. Yeah.
I don't think he leaves the state. He's not like AOC going down to Florida and shit.
Well, you're just mad at her because you want to date her.
That's what they say.
Yeah. I can't believe somebody says something so stupid.
She said that, yeah.
Yeah.
How high and mighty do you have to think of yourself? What an arrogant fucking cunt. Seriously. You object my position because you just no,
want to date me.
You just want to date me and you can't.
What an arrogant fucking cunt.
Seriously. All right. And she just jabbers on about shit. I'm just like, what the fuck are you
She
talking
didn't even
about?
know what party she was a part of in the beginning, like what color. Like when she was talking to Bernie and she's like, we're going to turn all the seats red. And Bernie's like, blue. You mean blue? Blue. She's like, oh, okay.
How was Bernie coming out as like to be some kind of like sane voice inside the Democratic Party? I think he realizes some shit's just too far. You know, he's not totally obviously, but he's contested him a few times. And I guess he still sees himself as an outsider, not part of like the establishment, even though he's been there my whole life.
Well, I mean, he definitely sold out this last few times. He's something. They got something on him where
Oh yeah.
you just have to come to accept that all these politicians and all these fucking people all just got dirt on them, and they're all just
Blackmail.
playing the game.
That's right. Go look at the Epstein document.
I'm gonna look at that. So there'll be people picking it apart all week, I imagine.
I think Denzel Washington was on there. That kind of broke my heart
Yeah, that does.
because I think he's kind of a straight up dude. And he seems to be on the right side of history most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Has a perfectly symmetrical face.
Okay, like Shania Twain.
George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
So I was disappointed to see that. I have to double check to make sure before I start spreading rumors. I know Anthony Kiedis was on there.
Really?
Yeah, that didn't really surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all either. Those
He's
Chili
been a
Peppers-
junkie or whatever.
Chili Peppers to me are just another. I mean, I love their music and everything, but to me, they were pushed for a reason, and it was to, I feel like they were in that realm where they were a type of people that got pushed through into the mainstream consciousness to change culture
Mm-hmm.
You know, for whatever reason or ends, I'm not sure, but it was definitely to push, you know, people away from being or just being more radical or
Right.
whatever.
Remember, wasn't Flea a surf Nazi in
In
Lost
Point,
Boys?
no, it's Point Break.
Oh, that's right. Point Break. Yeah.
Yeah. Two.
Huge time. Let me get two. Well, you know, what's that one lyric? Space is the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was cool. I was like, all right, maybe they get it.
But it made in a Hollywood basement.
Yeah, that one.
That was Californication.
I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
really like the song, but I liked the lyric.
Californication.
I was kind of over the Chili Peppers when that came out, but
Yeah, I've been way over them since even, I don't know. Just fucking Blood Sugar was kind of sucky to me. I mean, I liked a little bit of it, but
give it away now.
that was, yeah.
That was the end.
That
for
was
sure.
the end for sure.
Yeah. It's about the same time U2 died.
Yep. And then I'm sure he's been on the island.
I'm sure Bono's been on the island.
Yeah.
Can't picture the Edge there, but Bono, sure.
He's a piece of shit.
He's probably getting tossed around by fucking the World Economic Forum as a butt boy.
I saw there was supposedly a picture of Klaus Schwab on a beach dressed up in women's lingerie.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
I wonder if it's a real or not. I'd have
Well,
to know.
they just say it's fake. It's like that CERN ritual, right? Where they had like
Yeah, the crazy hooded people.
crazy sacrificing his lady. Oh, it was fake. It's sure. You say it's fake after we see it. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe it was. I wasn't there. That's like what was that? Fucking Kavanaugh, right? I don't know Kavanaugh from fucking anybody. And all these people on the internet were so sure that he did something. And I'm just like, were you fucking there? Like, how are you so sure about someone you don't even know? Like, fucking boggles my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he didn't do it or did do it. I'm just saying I'm not the one to pass judgment on him because I wasn't fucking there.
And then there was the that the Blasey Ford. It's like, what kind of fucking person are you? You know?
Dr. DeBlasey Ford. She
girl-
got all kinds of money for that, though.
Exactly. And then it was so weird. She's like, at first, like, I can't travel. Oh, I will travel. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's like something's weird's going on here.
Well, that's like, and they ran the senator's offices that day during that, and there was no. I mean, those were federal buildings. There was no trial for fucking insurrection over that. You know, there was no hearings over that. That just fucking they cleaned up and that was it. You know, now if it was before the digital age, maybe they would have took it more seriously because there would have been documents in those offices that would have been sensitive. But
Well, the other thing too is like during that whole time there was the story of what actually Joe Biden did do to one of his
children.
No, it was to a aide when he was
He fingered
in the
her.
Senate. Yeah. And that story was completely covered up by the other noise.
Yeah, he was scared to go. She was scared to go out in public about that story.
Yeah.
She said she went to the, I think the University of Delaware.
I don't know.
I don't know why. I think that's his alma mater. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for this week, folks. I'm
Wrap
going to
it up.
watch this Joe Biden speech telling everybody that they're domestic terrorists.
Achtung, America.
And then, like I said, maybe next weekend we will pause. Maybe. We're about at a half year, 30 episodes. We're over.
We're
Yeah.
over happier, yeah.
Maybe we deserve it.
Pretty soon we'll get other people on.
I
here.
think we've only missed 2 weekends one
one, but
full weekend.
right. You did like a thing because
I did a little note. Yeah.
We were in Philadelphia with my mom.
But maybe next weekend we will pause for a week. Or, maybe I'll just upload something.
Feel free.
Oh, Randy just tuned in. Well, you're going to have to watch it later. Or replay, bro.
Replay.
Sorry, You missed the ring that bell, man, and beat the crap out of the like button.
You touch that bell like Joe Biden going after a little girl. You hear me? You touch that like Jeffrey Epstein at a spelling bee at a grade school. Like a grade school spelling bee, right?
Sniff it. I want you to sniff that like button.
You sniff it like like an elementary school ballet. Ballerina.
Fava beans.
You sniff it like you're Joe Biden going to preschool for the first day.
Sniff it like you're Joe Biden pretending to be Hannibal Lecter, getting a whiff of Clarice. All right, so next week we'll figure it out. We'll either be live or we won't, and it might be pre-recorded or something.
No matter what happens, keep your morals about you. Be yourself.
Very good, inspiring words from Saintly Barnes.
Just saying, man. Don't change your character just because somebody else, or something that happens in the world that can't affect you. I mean, that you can't change individually, that you don't have individual control. You just go about, you be yourself. You keep your morals with you. You keep your ethics with you.
Yeah, when are you going to write an essay for the show, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we can get him to do that soon. We'll both actually put some pre-thought into the show. That'd be good. Instead of just sitting here doing wrestling voices.
That's right, brother. Cream of the crop. That's right.
Always rises to the top. All right, remember, everybody, wherever you go, there you are. And have a great week.